What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be reviewing the Orient Ray II, which is a watch that I bought 10 months ago, and today we'll just be giving a general review of it, discussing the pros and cons and also the key features of it. I'll also tell you what I've done in terms of changes to it. I have changed the strap. The strap that you see in front of you here is not the standard strap. So I'll be discussing that as well. Let's start by just showing you the box that it came in. So this is the box. Let's open it up. So it comes in this very nice, little aluminium case. It's sort of like a fabric, or I don't think it's leather, but it is a very nice box indeed. Manual there, it comes just on that, and in there it comes with the little Orient badge, which is attached to the watch when you buy it, and I've just got a few spare links in there as well. So let's just put that to one side. So this is the watch here. Very nice watch. This is not the original strap, and I'll be discussing that just shortly. Let's start off by just discussing the design of it. So it is a beautiful design. I do like it indeed. So when I was purchasing it, it was between this and also the SKX by Seiko, and the reason that I went for this one is just because of the design. This is very subtle, a little bit Submariner esque, but it does stand on its own, and I really love the design. So my wrists are generally quite small. It's 6.75 inches my wrists are. So if I just pop that on, fasten it up, I found that it just fits me a bit better. It is slightly bulky, but nothing that concerns me too much. And I just found that this watch fits my wrist better than the SKX. So in terms of the design, the size, that's the reason that I went for this. So what I really love about it is the dial. We've got a date at the front. It's very subtle. It's almost 12 o'clock, so it is covering the logo at the minute, but the logo, in my opinion, is quite classy. There's not too much text on it, and the pointers, so you've got the second, it's got like a little red pointer on it, if you can see just there, and it's very futuristic and subtle indeed. It's just in my opinion a very nice design. So on the crown just here, we've got a little etched Orient logo on the side, and very chunky crown guards on the sides as well. In my opinion, the crown could be just a little bit bigger. I don't find it difficult to unscrew or anything, but in my opinion, it would make it just a little bit easier to make that a bit bigger. The back, we've got, if you can see there, it's also etched as well. So we've got it's like two dolphins that are just put together there. I'm not sure if you can see that. Just try and get it to focus. So there are two dolphins on there, and if you can just see just there's a 200 number, so that represents the depth rating of the watch. The front, very subtle, not too much writing. We've got water resist just there, if I can get it to focus. There we go. So water resist 200. There is some tiny lettering just on the bottom here, and what it says is it just says Japan, and then there's some serial number. So that just represents where the movement was made. So the movement is actually an in-house movement. It's an F69 movement by Orient. And for the price, it is very impressive. I found it to be accurate. It's about 1 or 2 seconds fast when I tested it, and you know, I think for the money, you know, that is very good. According to the Orient website, the diameter of the watch is 41.5 millimeters, which we can measure. If I just grab my ruler here, so 41.5 millimeters. The height of the watch is 13 millimeters, which is what I'm getting as well, and the lug width is 22 millimeters. So 22 millimeters is slightly larger in my opinion for this size of watch, but you know, because of the strap that I've put onto it, so my strap it tapers down and becomes a bit narrower in the end. It does you know, fit well, and I do like the design of it. So let's talk a bit about the strap. So this strap here is not the standard one that comes with it. So let me grab the standard one just here. So this is the standard strap that comes with it, and you know, to be honest, it is quite poor quality. So this is the end link here, and it is, you know, very flimsy. As you can see, it's hollow. You know, it's terrible quality. It literally is just a thin, you know, piece of metal, and I could easily, you know, just bend and break that. So I've not used this at all. I do like the design of it. I think it looks good, but the quality of it is dreadful. So the clasp here is very, you know, cheap, and you know, in my opinion, you know, I think for the price it's to be expected, and I did know you know, that the quality of the strap was quite poor before buying it, and I actually planned to buy this strap, you know, before I purchased the watch. So it's just something to keep in mind when you're purchasing, if you're thinking of purchasing the watch. But the strap, you know, again, for the price, I think it's perfectly suitable. So I paid $179 for the watch. That's US dollars, and for this additional strap I paid $115. So this strap I bought off Strapcode. You know, so this is the packaging that it comes in, and it's called the, let me just get the name, it's the end mill brushed solid stainless steel watch bracelet, and it's designed specifically for the Orient Ray II. It's got a milled clasp, you know, solid end links, and you know, screws are in place to add or take away links, and there's also the diver's extension just there. So the diver's extension is not you know, present in the, you know, the strap that it comes with. So that, you know, if you can just, you know, compare the quality just there, there simply is no comparison at all. You know, so, you know, I do recommend getting this strap if you like stainless steel bracelets, which I do. So this is from Strapcode. I'll put a link in the description below if you are interested in buying this strap. You know, it's not, I'm not trying to promote them or nothing. I'm not earning any money off of it. You know, this is purely just you know, to help you guys out, and to save you time on research and trying to find a good strap. So this strap, you know, specifically made for the Orient Ray II. You know, as you can see, the end links fit perfectly into the watch. You know, there's no bulging or misplacement. So like with the Seiko SKX, you know, there are so many straps available for it because it's an older watch, and there's more straps out on the market that you could, you know, fit onto it. But because this is a newer watch, there are less people who are making straps for them, but Strapcode have made one, which is absolutely fantastic. You know, there's different models of straps, so do take a look at the website, and you know, you may find something that you like. So there's different, you know, designs of strap. in terms of the links. There's also different clasps that you could purchase as well, but this is the one that I've purchased. So I like the rounded links, and I also like the clasp that it's got a diver's extension. So that's something that I wanted, which is why I've purchased this one. So just to recap what we've discussed, it comes with a F69 movement, which is an Orient in-house movement. It is got the manual wind and hackable second hands options, which is very impressive for a watch of this price. When wearing this, I receive compliments about it all the time. People think that it's a much more expensive watch, which it isn't. It's a very affordable watch and of good quality. So I think the timepiece itself is much higher quality than the strap it comes with, but when you do invest in a different strap, which is what I've done, you can turn it into a fantastic timepiece for an affordable price. So is this watch, the Orient Ray II, better than the Seiko SKX? So that is probably what a lot of people will be wondering. So I think it comes down to personal preference. So I've decided to go with this because I like the design of it. I also think that this watch fits my wrist much better. So I think for the for people with smaller wrists like myself, so I'll just pop it back on just to show you. I find that this watch just fits my wrist very nicely. It's not too tall, it's not bulky, and that is one of the main reasons why I've purchased this. So the Orient is not as iconic, I would say, as the SKX. I think the brand is maybe less prestigious, but I just think that if you're not too worried about brand prestige, and you just want something that fits your wrist much better, it comes down to personal preference. So I like the design of this, and I just liked how it fitted to my wrist. So I think pros and cons to this. I think I like the design. The value is fantastic. I think Orient is still well-known brand, but not as prestigious as maybe Seiko. Although it should be mentioned that Orient is partially owned by Seiko now. I think the quality and durability of this watch is fantastic. The glass is not sapphire crystal, which is a disappointment, but again, it's to be expected from a watch of this price. And the performance of the in-house F69 movement is also fantastic. So mine runs about 1 or 2 seconds fast every single day, which is excellent, and it beats a lot of watches in much higher price categories. So that's sort of basically a summary of my thoughts and views of this watch. If you have any questions, if you want me to do any tests or show you any extra features of this watch, please leave a comment down below. If you like what you see, subscribe and like the video. It really does help me out a lot, and I'll be happy to show you other watches in my collection as well. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.